Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maureen. If you're new here, welcome. Today's video is going to be a fun one. I'm going to show you guys through some of my favorite wardrobe, closet essentials, whatever have you. This is going to be a really long video, so grab a snack and let's have a chat. Alright, so I'm going to start with bags. Bags are like the most near and dear to my heart, and as I've counted, I have 14 luxury designer handbags right now. Some of them have more important stories to tell than others, so I'm gonna try to be as brief but like explanatory at the same time. I'm gonna start with this one. This is my Saint Laurent blogger bag. My parents got me this when they were in Italy for their 20-year anniversary. They FaceTimed me at like 4 in the morning and basically my mom was trying to ask me if I would like this bag because she was telling me that my dad kept insisting, and I said yes, I love that. It's in the iconic baby cut, which actually keeps coming back for Saint Laurent, so it's a pretty important piece, and this leather just keeps getting better over time. Going off of Saint Laurent, which I think you guys will see later what my favorite brand is, but this one's my college bag. This is another bag I really wanted when I was not that long ago, but I really love this bag. It looks like an envelope, it has a chain, it's in the ruthenium hardware. Obviously with black would go with my outfit right now because I have leather pants, and this is just such a classic bag. I feel like this one is the Saint Laurent counterpart to the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis. Love this bag. It has this diamond quilted leather, and I feel like most of the college bags have the chevron pattern, so I thought that this one would be a really fun one. Next up we have my Fendi Borsa du Manici, and I put a Fendi wrappy just with some leopard print on it just to zhuzh the bag up a little bit. This one is a very important piece of my wardrobe for a number of reasons. Number one, I got it right before everybody else hopped back on Fendi. So I got it for about $200, and this was also kind of like my gateway to vintage handbags. This is basically like the simplified version of the baguette bag because it doesn't have the interlocking F badge in the middle. I have it in the Spy Black, so it's very low key. I love this bag so much, and obviously like I love Sex and the City. It's one of the most integral shows in my opinion. As a fashion girl, I just feel like that show really impacted me a lot, so to have a Fendi piece means that I'm kind of paying homage to Carrie Bradshaw, but I'm really more of a Samantha girl. Another item, you guys have seen this one already. This is my Balenciaga Classic City bag in black. I think you can tell I have a lot of black bags. This one has been a bag I've just always kind of dreamt about from the time I was 12. So to get it like 10 years later at 22 was such a huge accomplishment for me, and I will never shut up about it. I have my Chanel boy bag in the caviar leather with champagne gold hardware. I had the opportunity to buy this in 2018, and I don't think I could ever buy another Chanel handbag in this lifetime. I don't use it as much. I feel like the chain kind of slides off of my shoulders. It's not as comfortable as my other handbags. I also have a preference for more slouchy handbags, I feel. So this one kind of just stays on my shelf, but it's still a really good classic piece. It always goes up in price, so it's not one that I think I would just get rid of. I have my by far Rachel bag. This is probably one of my most used bags, basically from the time I got it. I have it in the Nutella color. It's so delectable. I feel like everyone's kind of hopping on like the brown and neutral trend this year. I do love me some browns. Basically, this was named after Rachel Green from Friends, and I feel like I've unironically kind of like molded my life after hers. She worked at Central Perk as a waitress. I worked at Starbucks as a barista. She worked at Ralph Lauren. I work at Lacoste right now. So this was a really important piece for me, just to again pay homage to a TV character that just resonates so much for my personal life. I love this bag so much. I also have this one from Prada. It is the Re-Edition 2000. I love this bag. It's like my first neutral bag. It's just very, very cute. I bought this in 2020, like it was the first week of January. Basically, this was a whole paycheck. What ended up happening was I was stalking the vintage counterpart of this online for a really long time. It's called the MV515 and I've just always resonated with it as well. The 515 is actually my birthday, so I'm born May 15th. This is probably my most used bag of 2020. It was definitely worth the one paycheck. Now moving on to shoes. Shoes and bags for sure are more of my investment pieces over like clothing items, just because my size won't change in them. Obviously, I live in a cold climate, so I wear quite a bit of boots. These ones are Prada. They are blue velvet, so pretty. I've only worn these once, if I'm being totally honest with you, but they didn't make my feet hurt, so that was a really good buy on my end. This was $150 before tax, so I got it for a really good price. Having a bad day at work, I went to Toronto Premium Outlets, which is like my happy place, and I went to the Prada store and saw these for like extra markdown. It was my size, it was meant to be, and blue shoes are just so cool. Another really good item I bought from Toronto Premium are these babies. These are Saint Laurent jodhpurs in the Sagaro suede. These remind me of like pre-Harry Styles Gucci era, where he had that one pair of boots. It was so worn in, he had the long hair, and he would wear like Hawaiian dad tees. This would be it. But I love these. I wear these for the summer actually, just because obviously they're suede, I don't want to get snow on them. And these I usually would wear like a sundress with, and then it's like a cute little Western girl look. I have my Margiela tabbies. Let's do a little reveal. They have a split toe, like your feet really do split in the middle. And they have this really cool cylindrical heel. These boots are like so fashion forward, but I don't live in a city that's like too progressive. So anytime I wear these, I just get some really crazy looks. I bought these at the Margiela store in Milan, and they were well worth it. These ones were gifted to me by my dad. These are Gucci loafers. Bought these in Venice, and basically what had happened was I went in looking for Princetown loafers, which are the ones without a back. No matter what I did, they just did not fit me right. After a little bit of thinking, I went ahead and got these, and I definitely don't regret them. They're so classic. Really can't go wrong with these. A lambskin, have the horse bit. It's just such a classic piece, and my dad loves Gucci, so obviously it had to be a Gucci item from him. I'm just gonna show these as well. These are my Gucci EG interlocking tights. I think you guys have seen these on Instagram. I bought these in 2019, and Chrissy Teigen wore hers on inauguration day, so I love Gucci. And last but not least, for shoes, these are super important. These I bought in 2017. Obviously they've seen better days, but these are my Saint Laurent SLO6s. They're so dirty. That's what they look like. These have seen concerts, cobblestones in Florence, taken me through New York City on a heat wave, run for multiple go buses for these after a concert, and these are still always going to be such an important shoe in my collection. I feel like you just can't go wrong with a white sneaker. These just have so many good memories attached to them. I can never ever get rid of these shoes. Now let's move on to clothes. Okay, so now we've reached my closet. I feel like when it comes to actual clothing items, I'm more of a high-low kind of dresser. I feel like with clothes, it's just trends kind of fade over time, or clothes start to not fit you right, or you accidentally wash a piece of clothing wrong, and then it all just kind of goes downhill from there. So I like mixing a bunch of pieces together, and I feel like my style philosophy over the years has been, if I think about it a little bit too much, then I'm trying too hard. and then I just don't feel good. So usually when I'm getting dressed, my process is just to find what I like and what I'm feeling for that day. Like today, I'm just wearing something very basic and casual, but I feel good in it. So that's really all that matters. Where should I start? I'm gonna talk about knitwear quite a bit here. I have this sweater right here. It's another Saint Laurent sweater. It has kind of like ripped details. It's super cool. I haven't worn it yet. This was originally $12.85 and I got it for $1.89. Really, really cool piece. I think it would go with what I'm wearing today for sure. Gives me like super gothy vibes. So I love turtlenecks. I think if you could tell. This one's a Margiela piece. It is from the Autumn Winter 2004 collection. It's another vintage item I just happen to have. It looks deconstructed, which is I think the really cool part about it. It's two different shades. You have a taupe at the bottom and the top is a beige. This matches with my Prada bag really well. Has the iconic 4 stitches at the back. Haven't been reaching for this as much, but it was definitely a really important piece in my wardrobe. I think around 2018. This one I kind of bought as a joke. Basically, you might have seen this on my Instagram. Twitter was going crazy over this because it's literally arm warmers. And I bought these from Zara and they're like probably the most ridiculous piece of clothing that I own, but like so iconic. So it's literally just sleeves. I got a lot of like compliments about this item and you know what, I'm gonna keep wearing it. I also saw like a Zara model kind of wear it as a scarf. So it's a very versatile piece. It was definitely worth the $36 I paid for it. If you know me in real life, you've definitely seen me wear this a handful of times. This one's an Orsiand Iris cropped turtleneck sweater. It's red, which just makes my skin pop. And I love wearing red, clearly. I bought this because they discontinued this style. I'm definitely gonna wear this for years and years and years. Another item in my closet, you've definitely seen me wear this on Instagram. This is the Maureen Serre crescent moon top. I originally bought the beige, but then I tried it on at home off of Essence. I bought this last year. I tried the beige on and it just looks like I was naked, so I switched it out for the navy and red. Again, would go with what I'm wearing today. It's such a fun top. I just love it, especially from like a really young designer. For this crescent moon to be so iconic, it's just chef's kiss. Some other important pieces in my wardrobe are blazers. 3 different ones here. I'm gonna start with this one. It's more of just like a black tuxedo look. It's a Wilfred double-breasted blazer. Would again go with my outfit today. I got this when I was working at Aritzia in 2018. One of the first like retail jobs I really had. It was not a fun place to work at, but they have really cute clothes. So this one you might have already seen. This is my Escada Margarita Lay double-breasted blazer with a pinstripe. It's navy blue, has shoulder pads. This is older than I am. This was from the 80s and it's just such a classic piece. I basically was looking for like vintage blazers on eBay and Escada blazers just kept popping up, but they were being sold at such extreme prices. I just couldn't justify buying one. Long story short, I ended up going to a Value Village on like a random afternoon and I was walking through the aisles and I saw this one because of the shoulder pads. So I decided to grab it and take a look, and lo and behold, it was an Escada blazer. Best $12.99 I've ever spent in my life. I also have this brown blazer from Ralph Lauren. Another really cool piece. Basically, I bought this, I think about 2 years ago. I've worn it once, but it's such a cool blazer. I wish it was double-breasted. It's not, but it just fits me really well. And again, to go off of like the brown trend that's happening right now, I know this piece is a keeper. I have some graphic tees. I don't wear graphic tees very often, but when I do, I like to make it a little bit more feminine. My kind of way of going about it is to kind of match it with like a really mini skirt. I have this one from Vetements. This was a gift from my boyfriend for Christmas 2020. Haven't worn it yet, but has a Vetements imprint on the back. Vetements, by the way, means clothes in French. Isn't that so funny? Another t-shirt that I have, this one I love. It's from Saint Laurent. It just says "Call me after midnight," and basically I've worn it with this plaid skirt over here. So all of my plaid skirts are basically from like Brandy Melville or Aritzia. They just fit me really well. So I'm gonna let you guys in on one of my biggest fashion secrets. That is, if I never know what to wear, I have a very simple style equation, which so happens to be black bodysuits. When I tell you I have over 20 black bodysuits, like, you have to believe me, because this isn't all of it, and like there's about 8 on this one and like 3 on this one. And I have a whole box in this one. So black bodysuits for sure. I usually just like matching these with denim. I have everything from light wash to medium wash to dark wash. But like I said, bodysuits are just such a foolproof item in my wardrobe. I just know there's always gonna be a time and place to wear them. So for jeans, I'm honestly not as picky as like people think that I am. I have everything from like Zara to vintage Levi's to Citizens of Humanity. Now for outerwear, leather jackets are just such a must. This one is from Rudsack. It's like more of a cropped biker jacket. I love this. I've had this since 2016. This is one of the first items I've ever really purchased from my first job. And obviously it's held up really well. Now this leather is like super buttery and so crazy amazing. Another item is actually my dad's, and I've stolen it from him like maybe 2 years ago, and he just found out 2 days ago. This is a Shot NYC, super heavy, super classic. It's like a men's size medium, and it just fits me so well. I wore this for my shoot for my blog that never happened. Story time on that as to why I didn't end up pushing through with more mundanity, but this was the jacket that I wore for that shoot, and this is a jacket I'm definitely gonna keep until my dad asks for it back. This one's like a super basic piece, but it's the IMGA Teddy jacket. It's super warm. I feel like a little bear when I wear it. And I don't care how basic it is. I actually really love this jacket. And then I obviously have my North Face puffer. This is the Nups jacket. Super basic. But again, it's one of those really just practical pieces. I bought this in 2019 and it's been a really good purchase. Last but not least, I had to include this in here. This one's my Acne Studios corduroy work shirt. This was another gift from my boyfriend, very thoughtful. I love this. I wear this all the time, and I've had this I think for about 2 years, 2.5 years now, and it just looks so cool. And that's basically that. All right, so that concludes my closet tour. I hope you guys learned a little something new about me today. This was a really fun video to film, so I'd love to do more styling and fashion videos. If you have any other specific requests, as always, just comment down below. I'm always all ears. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye.